Hello everyone, and welcome back to Steins Gate. I'm G, and we have blood on our hands. We have killed Makise Kurusu, and we have failed to bring ourselves to Steins Gate. Or have we? Uncle Ocarine! Someone pulls at my arm. Come on, get up! I feel hands slip under my shoulders and drag me away. The knife in my hands pulls free of Kurusu's chest. A fresh torrent of blood follows it. Still warm. Open your eyes, Kurusu. Wake up. Pull yourself together. We need to get out of here before they find us. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to kill you. Tried to save you. I did. Why is this happening? Someone puts my arm over their shoulder and hauls me to my feet and drags me away step by step. I don't have the strength to resist. Guilt and regret are the only things inside of me. I killed Kurusu. Twice. Up! Phew. Let's get out of here. Don't give up yet, Uncle. Everything's gonna be fine, I promise. Now hold on tight. I feel someone push me hard from behind. Next, they take the knife away. My fingers are like solid rock. They have to be pried open one by one. I failed to save Kurusu. Worse, Convergence made me kill her. The past has already been decided. It was impossible to change it from the start. Someone drags me out of the time machine. I crumple on the spot, powerless to even stand. Whoa, you're already back. It hasn't even been a minute. Ocarine? Ocarine! Mayuri rushes over to me. She looks at my face in concern, but even her concern is too much for me to bear. Please don't talk to me. Just leave me alone. Whoa, you're covered in blood. What happened? Get him a towel, Dad, and water and some clothes too, hurry. Eh? An explanation, por favor. Just go already. Oh, okay. Daru runs back inside the building. You okay? Hang in there, don't die. He's okay, it's not his blood. Leave me alone. I don't deserve your concern. Save Kurusu? What a joke. Not only did I fail to save her, I took her life with my own 2 hands. 3 weeks ago in this very spot, I killed her. I murdered her. There's no way to save her. There never was. Everything's already been decided. It's the same as it was with Mayuri. The same. No matter how hard I struggle, the result will always be the same. Have a time machine. Shouldn't we give it another try? No, it's not that simple. No matter how many times I try, the result will converge on Kurusu's death. Even if I throw the knife away, fate will find some other way to kill Kurusu. Maybe Nakabachi will kill her. Maybe I'll trip and push her down the stairs. Maybe she'll just drop dead for no reason. The cause doesn't matter. The effect will always be the same. It doesn't matter if I time leap or if I time travel. Going to the past can't change the result. Maybe a D-mail could shift divergence enough to take us to another attractor field, but there's no way to control what may happen. D-mail is a shot in the dark. It's useless. Useless. Everything is useless. There's nothing I can do. Nothing. Nothing. Can't save Kurusu after all. Knew this would happen. I knew it would turn out like this. Can't take this anymore. So tired. Enough already. I give up. Ocarine! A burning numbness spreads through my cheek. Mayuri hit me. What? She's never done anything like this before. The shock is enough to bring me to my senses. Mayuri looks at me with tears streaming down her cheeks. Her small body gently embraces mine, though I'm still covered in Kurisu's blood. Ocarine, you're not a quitter. Mayushi knows you never ever give up, not until the very end. Remember, every day Mayushi prayed for help in front of Granny's grave. And every day you came to see me. Even on rainy days and snowy days, you always stood next to Mayushi and called my name. Because you were always there for Mayushi, I was finally able to say goodbye to Granny. Mayushi doesn't really understand what's going on, but don't give up now, okay? Mayushi doesn't want to see you sad. Mayuri's gentle warmth envelops me. I cling to that warmth, but it's not enough to heal my heart. But I killed her. The person most precious to me, who I want so desperately to save. I killed her! Ocarine! I can still feel the knife in my hand. I can still feel her fading heartbeat. I look at my hands over Mayuri's shoulder. They're red with blood. Kurisu's blood. The shaking won't stop. Tears fall, washing away the blood. Guilt and despair are tearing my soul. If Suzuha hadn't taken the knife, I might have slit my own throat in that very spot. This reality is too much to bear. But I realize that this is retribution, a just punishment for taking the godlike power of time travel and using it to distort the past. Kurisu can't be saved. That has been proven beyond a doubt. At the very least, I can't save her. Not even with Mayuri's encouragement. There's nothing I can do. You're wrong. Suzuha speaks, her voice full of conviction, and immediately afterwards, I hear a familiar melody. My mail tone. Mayuri takes my phone out of her pocket. She's been looking after it. You've got mail, Ocarine. Mayuri gently puts my phone into my hand. I don't have the energy to check my mail, but for some reason, Suzuha gestures for me to look at it. I reluctantly open my inbox. Turn on the TV. What? Turn on the TV? That's all it says. The sender is unfamiliar. Is this a prank? Spam? I'm bewildered. I don't know who sent this. But then I happen to glance at the send time, and the shock is like a lightning bolt to the brain. The date it was sent. August 21st, 2025. 2025? No. Is this? It doesn't even occur to me to wonder if my phone has malfunctioned. After all, I know this phenomenon. A D-mail? I look up at Suzuha. She sees my confusion and looks at my phone. It actually came through, just like he said it would. Judging by her surprise, I guess she doesn't know much. Suzuha leaps from 2036. That's 11 years after this D-mail was sent. Does that mean it's not related to her? What does it mean? There must be something on. Something you need to see. Hey guys, I brought the stuff. Daru comes back with a convenience store bag. Right on time. Fortunately, my phone has TV reception. As soon as I switch it on, I see a news reporter standing in some foreign airport. There's a jumbo jet in the background. Looking closer, I see burns near the plane's tail. The caption says, "Fire on Russian Airlines." Russian authorities announced today that a fire broke out on Russian Airlines Flight 801, en route from Narita to Moscow. The flight departed Narita Airport at 11:05 Japan time, but a fire broke out in the cargo hold shortly before arrival. The flight made an emergency landing at Domodedovo International Airport, where the passengers were evacuated. No one was injured. One of the passengers on Flight 801 was a Japanese physicist who had declared his intention to seek asylum in Russia. The screen changes, and the camera cuts to what appears to be the airport lobby. A man is standing there, surrounded by reporters. When I see his face, my breath catches in my throat. Dr. Nakabachi! Dr. Nakabachi, real name Makise Shoichi, made these comments to the press earlier today. I still haven't recovered from the shock of murdering Kurisu. The images on the TV seem like something from a dream. At they say Nakabachi sought asylum in Russia? I didn't think people still did that in this day and age. I mean, all you need is a passport to travel to Russia. I'm delighted to have arrived safely in this wonderful country. My deepest gratitude to the Russian government for accepting me. What happened on the plane? Read the subtitles at the bottom of the screen. When the cabin filled with smoke, I remained perfectly calm. Some passengers panicked, but they settled down after I gave them a talking to. Nakabachi responds confidently. He certainly doesn't look like a man who could strangle his own daughter. My compliments to the pilot for his safe landing. He's a hero, for he saved not only my life, but my historic thesis as well. The subtitles change to, is that thesis related to your request for asylum? Nakabachi nods theatrically. Indeed, if this thesis had been lost, it would have set scientific progress back a century. This thesis will change the course of human history. What is your thesis about? This thesis describes the first practical theory of time travel. Do you understand? Time travel! I, Dr. Nakabachi, have succeeded where countless others have failed. Nakabachi's tone quickly grows feverish. Now he's talking directly to the camera. Moreover, he's not talking about the accident at all. He's just promoting his research. He presents something to the camera. It's the envelope, the one Kongroo gave him. This envelope contains the future of all mankind. Soon all of our dreams shall be realized. When I present this thesis to the scientific community, the world will change forever, and I will be known as the father of the time machine. I have no right to condemn Nakabachi for his actions, not when it was my hand that took Kongroo's life. But at the same time, I can't stop myself from recalling the words Kongroo spoke, that hurt, betrayed tone that triggered Nakabachi's violence. You're stealing my work? I didn't think even you would do something like... Do those words not echo in his ears too? How can he stand there and present his murdered daughter's work as if it were his own? Look so proud of himself while doing it. I hear my teeth grinding in my head. Originally, this envelope was in my checked baggage. If it had stayed there, then it would have burned up in the cargo hold and humanity's dreams along with it. However, fate intervened on my behalf, as if God himself had decreed that my greatness should be known across the world. Nakabachi thrusts his open hand at the camera. Behold the vessel of God's grace, because this was inside the envelope, it set off the metal detector. As a result, I had to take the envelope with me on the plane. The pilot is a hero, yes, but the true hero, the savior of humanity's future, is this tiny figurine. Sitting in the palm of his hand is a lump of silvery metal, barely 5 centimeters tall. Ah! Mary points at the screen. I look closer. A lump of metal in Nakabachi's hand. It's not just any lump of metal. That's my metal Upa! See? Look, see there? Has Mayushi's name on it. Upa is a mascot character from a popular card game, Rhinet Access Battlers. You can see Upa merchandise everywhere in Akihabara, from Catspiel toys to phone straps and other accessories. But of all Upa merchandise, the most rare is the metal Upa. The very same metal Upa that Nakabachi is presenting to the camera. Near the bottom of the metal Upa, I can see cute letters written in bright red magic marker. The letters read, Mayushi's! Whoa, you're right. What's he doing with it? I dropped it during the presentation. I looked everywhere but couldn't find it, so that's where it went. I can't get it back if it's all the way in Russia. I stare at the screen in disbelief. My body is shaking. Goosebumps break out over every inch of flesh. I know what this is. The butterfly effect! 3 weeks ago, Mayuri dropped her metal Upa in the assembly hall of Radikan. The tiny figure, a mere child's toy, went on to decide the fate of all mankind. It rescued the Nakabachi paper from the fire. And in so doing, it laid the foundation for World War III. Suzuha, did you know about this? Suzuha answers with a look of apology. Who sent that D-mail from 2025? Whoever it was clearly meant for us to see the news about Dr. Nakabachi. Sorry. Sorry? About what? What's she apologizing for? Sorry for not telling you everything. But we needed you to fail once. You had to experience Makise Kurusu's death firsthand. What? You tricked me? Not exactly. It was part of the plan. At least that's why I was told. Told? By whom? I'm sorry for making you go through that, Uncle. Tell me what's going on. See for yourself. Suzuha points to the phone in my hand. Then you'll understand. What are you talking about? The message should already be in your phone. The message you sent from 2025. What? Video mail. You received one, didn't you? Ah! She's right. When was that again? July 28th, right after I met Kongroo for the first time. Just as I was about to contact Mayuri, I received a mysterious video mail from an address I had never seen before. Is that what she's talking about? But there was nothing on it, just noise. Try again. Suzuha grins. If you try now after failing once to save Maki Sakurusu's life, you should be able to see it. You kidding me? Is that even possible? I'm not convinced, but I check my phone anyway, just to be sure. And there, I find a saved video mail. When I check the sender's address, I realize that it's from the same address as the D-mail just now. So they're from the same person, and this person is me in 15 years? 15 years, 2025, the year I die according to Suzuha. I sent this message on the eve of my death, a message to myself in 2010. Suzuha said that there was a plan to reach Steins Gate. Could that plan be in this video? Mayuri and Daru peek over my shoulder. I take a deep breath and press play with a trembling finger. Nothing appears on the screen but noise. Nothing has changed after all. There's no hidden message or any... Huh? The noise suddenly dissolves, revealing the silhouette of a man. It looks like the video was shot somewhere dark. I can't see the man's face. Unkempt hair. A lab coat. That's all I can make out. Is that you in 15 years? It has to be. Something about him just says Ocarine. Really? Is this guy really me? My phone's tiny screen has become a window onto the future. I can't believe I'm about to hear a message from myself. Did you get my email? Then go watch the news. If you already have, then keep listening. That last mail was from him, from me. It doesn't feel real. Greetings. It's been 15 years, I suppose you could say. Wow, your voice is so deep and cool. The year is 2025. I'm sending this video by a process similar to D-mail. You dismantled the phone wave. So did I. But not 1 year later, I, which is to say you, turned back to time travel as my last hope. I spent 14 years researching time travel. Along the way, I managed to design a D-mail transmitter that wasn't bound by the 36-byte limit. The fact that you're watching this means that you failed to save Kongroo. It hurts, doesn't it? I know how you feel. After all, I went through it myself 15 years ago. That's right, I failed too. I've lived with that failure for 15 years. You understand why you had to fail. It was necessary to give me the proper motivation. You failed to save Kongroo. You killed her with your own 2 hands. Your guilt, your self-loathing have driven me for 15 years. They gave me the focus I needed to complete my plan. Without your failure, you would not be watching this message now. As you know, this world line is subject to attractor field convergence. Time travel alone cannot save Kongroo. That is why you had to fail, to create the chain of causality that linked you to me. Because you failed, I spent the last 15 years researching time travel. As the revelations Nakabachi unleashed sped the world towards nuclear war, I continued my research in secret. Suzuha's time machine is the result. Although the finishing touches were Daru's and mine, its design was based on the theory that CERN first developed, and that Kongroo improved upon the world line you undid. Its model number is C204, C for Christina. I believe you understand what that signifies. Now that the causal link has been established, allow me to explain the final stage of the plan. The purpose of this plan is to change divergence and reach the unknown world line, called Steins Gate. By the way, I'm the one who named it Steins Gate. You, of all people, know why I chose that name. Because it sounds cool, isn't that right? There are 2 conditions that you must meet to reach Steins Gate. First, you must save Makise Kurisu. Second, you must destroy the Nakabachi paper. I know what you're thinking. Convergence won't let you change the past. No matter what you do, Kurisu will die. But rest assured, there is a way. You can save Kurisu. Listen carefully. On July 28th, the first you went to Nakabachi's presentation, blissfully unaware of what was about to happen. You must not change what the first you saw. Those events have been established. They are the result upon which this world line converges. However, there is room for deception. You don't understand, I know. Calm down, I'll explain. You're going to deceive yourself. The first you saw Kurisu lying in a pool of blood. If you were to change that fact, it would render everything that you have done since, as well as everything that I have done, a paradox. After finding Kurisu's body, you sent a D-mail, which was intercepted by Echelon, which tipped off CERN. Recall your experiences on the Alpha World line. You saw more than just Mayuri's death. You saw Kurisu alive and well. You made her a lab member despite her protests, and together you built the Time Leap machine. It was only 3 weeks, but she was there, beside you. Those memories are yours. Those memories are mine. They are the proof that we did not live only on this world line, where Kurisu died on July 28th. You traveled to the Alpha World line. You met Kurisu and fell in love. You sacrificed the dreams of those closest to you. But still, you fought to give Mayuri a future. For 3 weeks you fought, and now those memories are part of you. If you had not seen Kurisu's body in the hallway of Radikan, you would not have sent that first email. CERN would not have found you. When you encountered Kurisu later, you would not have been shocked to see her alive. You would not have spoken the words that led her to your doorstep. Without those memories, you would not now be willing to travel through time to save her. I would not have spent my life searching for a path to Steins Gate. I would not have recorded this message. Daru and I would not have completed the time machine. Suzuha would not be standing beside you now. You must not reject the 3 weeks you spent drifting between world lines. You must not undo the past. Those 3 weeks made you who you are, a man who would do anything to save the woman he loves. Your desperation makes me who I am, a man who has given everything to make that dream come true. This moment would not be possible if not for the memories that you and I share. The man you were trying to create, a man with none of those memories to drive him, could never stand where you stand now. It all meant something. My preparations are complete. The rest is up to you. The final phase of Operation Skuld will now commence. Your mission: change the outcome without changing established events. You saw Makise Kurisu lying in a pool of blood. That has been established. But at the same time, only that has been established. Deceive yourself. Deceive the world. That is the choice which will lead you to Steins Gate. Good luck, mad scientist. L. Psi. Kongroo. And with that, the video ends. Mayuri and Daru look dumbfounded. They obviously didn't understand a single word. I, however... Laughter bubbles up from the depths of my soul. Not minutes ago I was lost in despair. I was ready to kill myself for what I had done. But now, I'm laughing. Operation Skuld? El Psi Kongroo? I'm 33 years old and I still have no shame? Deceive myself? Deceive the world? That's such chuny bullshit. It's pathetic, laughable, a juvenile fantasy. But at the same time, it feels right. Very well. If this is the choice of Steins Gate, then so be it. I am the insane mad scientist, Hoin Kyoma. Deceiving the world is child's play. It looks like I have to change the world after all. Whoa, I thought Ocarina was finally turning serious. Now he's back to his usual antics.
I know, maybe she likes Ocarina better this way.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Ocarina just isn't Ocarina unless he's laughing like an idiot.
Orin Kyoma saved my Yushi, you know. This time he'll definitely save Monkey Said Kursu.
But save the world? What's that supposed to mean?
Maybe she doesn't have a clue.
Isn't it obvious? The only established fact about the past is that I saw Kursu lying in a pool of blood. That's the extent of my observation. Kursu was lying in a pool of blood. As for whether she was alive or dead, that's still open to interpretation. Isn't that right, future me?
Huh?
Mayuri tilts her head. She still doesn't get it. For example, just think of it like this. Kursu was merely unconscious, and the blood was just a coat of red paint.
Oh, is that what happened?
Mayuri's eyes open wide in wonder. I give up. She's not going to understand. Wait a second. News reports all said that she was...
What's true now doesn't matter. Only what Uncle Ocarine saw on July 28th matters.
Really?
Really, that's because I'm not the Okabe Rintaro who lived on the Beta World Line after Kursu died. I traveled to the Alpha World Line and back. I am not bound by whatever effect Kursu's death may have had during that time. What I'm going to do is recreate what I saw, and only what I saw. But this time, I'll do it so Kursu doesn't have to die. Don't forget, you also need to destroy the Nakabachi paper. Can you handle it?
Who do you think you're talking to, part-time warrior?
Part-time warrior?
Have you forgotten? I'm the insane mad scientist, Orin Kyoma. I disregard the blank stares of my comrades and brush back my hair with a flourish. My plan is flawless. Operation Skuld will succeed. But I need to prepare. Give me 30 minutes. Suzuha tightens her expression and nods firmly. I squat against the roof's chain fence with my eyes closed. To refresh my memory, I pull out the drawers of my mental archive and sort through each file one by one. My actions that day, Mayuri's actions, my conversation with Kursu, Nakabachi's presentation. With those memories to guide me, I begin to draw up a plan for how to complete my mission.
Ocarine! I got the stuff!
I open my eyes once I hear Mayuri's voice. Then it's time. I take a deep breath and stand up. Mayuri's faster on her feet than Daru and I are, so I had her pick up some things for me. She went all the way to the lab and back in the sweltering heat, but she's not even breathing hard. She runs up to me with a triumphant smile, almost like a playful puppy shaking her tail.
Here you go! Will this work?
In her hand is a plastic stick about 30 centimeters long. I take it and nod in satisfaction. Good work, Mayuri.
She's happy to be useful to Ocarine. Oh, I also brought you this!
She hands me a banana. I guess she's telling me not to time travel on an empty stomach. What's that?
A banana!
No, I mean that stick. It's not a stick, it's a sword. One of our lab's many inventions. Future gadget number 6, the Scialume Saber.
Scialume Saber?
It's a red Scialume glow stick, an essential item for idol and voice actors concerts. But it's not just a glow stick, it's saber-shaped, so as its name implies, you can reenact scenes from Spark Wars. Spark Wars.
Wow?
Furthermore, it can also form fake blood clots. You attach the cap at the tip and thick blood starts flowing out.
I really don't get what you were trying to accomplish when you made this.
We wanted to make our sword fights more realistic. What he means to say is that everything is inevitable.
I think I see the plan. You're gonna use that Scialume stuff as a stand-in for Makise Kursu's blood, aren't you?
Precisely. I stuff my cheeks with banana, enraptured by my own genius. I truly am a mad scientist. Mwahaha! I put the Scialume Saber into my pocket. It's about 30 centimeters long, so it sticks out a little, but I don't mind. I had Daru buy me a stun gun earlier. I pocket that too. With this, my preparations are complete.
I gave Suzuha a glance.
Let's go, Uncle Ocarine. One more time. One more trip to July 28th. There and back. That's all the fuel we have left. This is our last chance. Ready?
Leave it to me. I will change the world. I follow Suzuha into the time machine. While waiting for Mayuri to return, I asked Suzuha if there was a chance that I might run into myself from last time. In other words, the me who killed Kurisu. She replied that wasn't possible. The world line where I killed Kurisu is minutely different from the one to which the time machine will take us. Time travel has a very small effect on divergence, much too small to cause any noticeable changes, but enough to ensure that there can never be two versions of the same time traveler. However, it is important to remember that world lines are not parallel worlds. Ultimately, attractor field convergence merges them into a single world line. My actions are not meaningless. If I succeed in deceiving both myself and the world, the entire universe will converge upon a different future.
Ocarine!
Mayuri leans through the hatch and gently strokes my cheek.
I'm back, okay?
Of course. I return the smile and give her a thumbs up. I close the hatch as Daira and Mayuri see me off with words of encouragement. Suzuha is already operating the time machine.
Fate of the future hangs on this mission.
Suzuha speaks as she presses some buttons.
We're counting on you, Uncle.
Instead of answering, I close my eyes. I find myself strangely calm. No impatience, no tension, none of the anxiety I felt the first time. How many times have I tasted failure? My hubris hurt those closest to me. My foolishness cost them their dreams. And even though those mistakes have been undone, the memories still remain as a brand on my heart. You must not reject the 3 weeks you spent drifting between world lines. You must not undo the past. It all meant something. Every mistake, every sacrifice. Without them, I would not be standing here now. From that knowledge, I draw strength, confidence, and pride. The memories I shoulder deserve nothing less. And so, I am no longer afraid. I will reach through the unknown world line, Steins Gate. Its future is uncertain, but that is how it should be. For once, I need not worry what fate has in store. Only one thing matters now. Saving Kurisu. Gravity pulls on my back. Rainbow lights start drifting through the compartment. It's time. This is my Ragnarok. I exit the time machine onto the familiar rooftop. As before, it's empty. I can see the top of the train station a short distance away. This is the 3rd time I've been here now. I run through the plan in my head one last time. Time is short, but I have no choice. I have to do it. No, I will do it. Failure isn't an option. I wait for Suzuha to break the lock, then I run inside just like last time. Narrowly avoiding the first me again, I descend to the 7th floor. Last time, I went all the way down to the 4th floor, but not this time. I direct my attention to the capsule toy machines near the landing. It's time for step 1. Ryonet Character Doll Series. This is it. On July 28th, the first me won a super rare metal Oopa from this very machine. No time to waste. I insert the 100 yen coin I prepared beforehand, and turn the lever hard. The capsule falls into the slot. Just as I grab it,
Look! Ryonet!
my heart leaps into my throat. That was Mayuri's voice. She's already here? I quickly turn and leave the area before Mayuri can see my face. Luckily, she's so entranced by the capsule toy machines that she doesn't realize who I am. Once I get down to the 4th floor, I check the contents of the capsule. The metal Oopa is inside. This is the prize that was meant for me. Which means the first me will get... The answer is obvious. Phase 1 is complete. Time for Phase 2. I turn around abruptly.
Ah!
Kurisu is standing behind me, her mouth open in surprise. My timing was perfect.
Hey, you just came down from the...
I'm going to save you. Leave everything to me.
What?
I say no more. If I tell her everything, she'll have no reason to talk to the first me. On July 28th, she came to me during Nakabachi's presentation. She claimed that I had tried to tell her something, then proceeded to drag me out into the hallway for further questioning. That is part of my experience. This should be enough to ensure that it happens exactly as I remember. I pat Kongroo on the shoulder, and race back up the stairs.
Wait!
I run to the 6th floor, then creep up towards the 7th floor landing until I can just make out the capsule toy machines. As expected, there's the first me about to turn the lever in Mayuri's stead.
It's an Upa!
Is it rare?
It's not rare, but isn't it just so cute? Hey, she loves Upa!
I grin to myself. It worked. Order changed. Mayuri now has a regular Upa, not the metal one I gave her the first time. And that means... Thank you all for coming to Dr. Nakabachi's Time Machine press conference. The presentation is about to begin. The first me heads up to the 8th floor. But Mayuri doesn't move. She takes out a pen and starts signing the Upa. Just as planned. When Dr. Nakabachi defected to Russia on August 21st, he had Mayuri's metal Upa with him. If he has a plastic one instead, it should change the fate of the Nakabachi paper. But one question remains. How exactly did Mayuri's Upa fall into Dr. Nakabachi's hands? I watch as Mayuri finishes signing her name. She nods in satisfaction, then runs after the first me. Just before she gets to the stairs, she puts the Upa into her coat pocket. But it doesn't go all the way in. As she runs up the stairs, I see it fall out and roll away. Mayuri is completely oblivious. A moment later, she disappears from sight. I look at the Upa lying on the floor. Does Nakabachi pick it up? How? He's in the middle of his presentation upstairs. He doesn't have any opportunity. That's when Kongroo comes up from downstairs. I quickly hide in the stairwell across the landing. Kongroo reaches the 7th floor without noticing me. She finds the fallen Upa and picks it up. So it was Kongroo who found the Upa. Butterfly effect. In 3 weeks, this completely innocuous event changes the outcome of an accidental fire on one of what must be thousands of planes flying that day. Jesus Christ, I can't read apparently. By extension, it changes the fate of the entire human race. Kongroo looks curiously at the Upa, and looks around as if searching for the owner. Of course, Kongroo doesn't know who Mayuri is. At this point in time, those two aren't even acquainted yet. After realizing there's no one around, Kongroo puts the Upa into her envelope and goes up to the 8th floor. Now that I've seen what I need to see, I go upstairs too and head to the employee hallway. Here's where it gets serious. I grip the Sialoom saber and shake it silently, thus activating the red fluorescent reaction inside. It'll last about 10 minutes. It should get dim before Kongroo makes her appearance. I know what I need to do. The problem is that my window of opportunity is so slim. Will I be able to handle the enraged Dr. Nakabachi? One mistake and Kongroo will die. What are you afraid of, Hoin Kyoma? Everything's going according to plan. Operation Skull is flawless. You spent 15 years perfecting it, remember? Believe in yourself. Believe in Hoin Kyoma. Hoin Kyoma will save Kongroo. I close my eyes and wait for the time to come, hidden behind the small pile of cardboard boxes as last time. I hear the sound of sparse applause from the event hall, which means I should be hearing footsteps soon. There they are. Kongroo has come right on time. She leans against the wall and looks inside her envelope, smiling softly as she does. And now I know the reason behind that smile. It's the Upa inside. She's probably smiling at how adorable it is. That smile really doesn't suit you, Kongroo. I stifle a chuckle. I'm surprised I'm calm enough to feel that way, despite the current situation. Once Nakabachi appears, that's my signal to spring into action. I'll bring out the Psyllium Saber as soon as that bastard tries to take out his knife. Then I'll scare him away and stun Kursu. The stun gun I brought should handle both tasks flawlessly. That's the plan, at least. The next set of footsteps echoes down the hallway. Kursu looks up. I can't see Nakabachi, but I know it's him.
I want to talk. Are you listening, Papa?
Even the words she speaks are the same. What is that?
I heard you were giving a presentation on time travel. So I thought about it too. Would it be possible to make a time machine?
The atmosphere is far from pleasant. Nakabachi doesn't even try to hide his displeasure. And the first me is probably at fault for that. At least partially. Looks like it's about time for Nakabachi to go ballistic. Grip the Psyllium Saber and make one final check. It's already dimmed down. Now all I have to do is remove the cap at the tip and the fake blood will... Huh? My breath catches in my throat. In the darkness of my hiding spot, I bring the Psyllium Saber close to my eyes and peer inside. Fake blood has begun to coagulate. No, this shouldn't happen. I was certain the liquid would remain fluid for around 30 minutes after losing luminescence. Was it defective? Come to think of it, we never tested the Psyllium Saber. It can only be used once before the tube needs to be replaced. Given the lab's financial situation, we thought it would be a waste to use it, so we never did. How could I have failed to consider this possibility? If I'd had half a brain, I would have brought a spare. This is bad. The plan is falling apart. I wasn't shunned. Nakabachi's shrill shriek startles me. Those incompetent bastards were just jealous of my superiority. I was the one who gave up on them.
Please don't yell.
Time won't stop for me. How do I recover from the setback? I can't leave. Nakabachi's about to attack his daughter. If I make my appearance after that, it'll be the same as last time. I'll end up killing Kursu again. No matter what, I can't let that happen. What do I do? Do I go back to the time machine and try again? No, remember what Suzuha said? There's not enough fuel for another trip. This is my last chance.
We haven't seen each other in a while. There's a lot I want to talk about. You're living in Aomori now, right?
Leave.
Eh?
Go back to America. Never show your face to me again.
But...
You want my opinion? We'll submit it jointly? You don't mean any of that. I know how you think. My heart is pounding. I'm sweating like crazy. It feels like I've just run a marathon. I cover my mouth to suppress the sound of my breathing. Is this pity? How dare you? You're supposed to be my daughter.
I don't understand. Please calm.
I am calm. Don't tell me what to do. Nakabachi is about to snap. Events are proceeding just like last time, barreling inexorably towards disaster. Please, I find myself begging. Make time stop. But another voice from within answers. Are you praying, Hoin Kyoma? Have you forgotten? I'd tell you why I called you here today. I wanted to show you my research beyond even what you can imagine. I want to prove once and for all that you are nothing compared to me. Change the future. Deceive the world. But that brat in the lab coat ruined everything. I know you were laughing at me too, don't you deny it. How dare you treat your own father this way?
I wasn't...
You want my opinion? Fine, I'll give it to you. I'm going to publish it myself. End of discussion. I won't court the mercy of a heartless god. I will save Kursu myself. She won't die again. Not at my hands. Not at anyone's.
You're stealing it?
What did you say?
You're stealing my work? I didn't think even you would do something like... Ah!
Nakabachi strikes Kursu on the cheek. Who do you think you're talking to? It's starting. Nakabachi puts his hands around Kursu's neck. Her cries of agony fill my ears. There's still a way to prevent Kursu's death. That puddle of blood I saw beneath Kursu's body. There's one more way to reproduce it. One more way. One last chance. It's a gamble to be sure. Even if it succeeds, I don't know what effect it might have on the Steins Gate world line.
You can't possibly understand how I feel. Why did you have to be so talented? I detest you. I hate your very existence. Nobody is allowed to be better than me, understand? Nobody, especially not my own daughter. That's why I abandoned you. I couldn't bear the shame of being your father. It's all your fault. It's all your fault.
It matters not. I am Ho-Wing Kyoma, the mad scientist who defies God. My true desire is chaos. I have no need for a predetermined future. Stop! Calmly, I step out from my hiding spot. Nakabachi looks at me in disbelief. His eyes are wide and bloodshot.
You're the brat who ruined my presentation.
Nakabachi lets go of Kursu.
How dare you show your face before me? Why does everyone get in my way? I know, you and Kursu planned this, didn't you? Didn't you? You brats won't get away with this.
Nakabachi pulls the knife from his pocket. Its blade reflects cold light. Once I see that glint, I laugh disdainfully.
Try it if you dare. You. Who are you?
My name
is Ho-Wing Kyoma. What?
Ho for Phoenix, then In, and finally, the terrible truth that must never be revealed. Ho-Wing
Kyoma.
I am the bringer of chaos, the destroyer of order. And I am the one who will end your ambition. Kursu staggers to her feet with her hand to her neck. Run away!
Never.
I dismiss Kursu's plea, and instead turn to Nakabachi with my arms spread wide. What's wrong, Dr. Nakabachi? Aren't you going to kill me? Or have you lost your nerve? Of course, a mere mortal can never slay a god such as I.
Mwahaha! You little.
Nakabachi goes into a frenzy. He charges me with his knife point first. No! Papa, stop! Nakabachi has completely lost his mind. I can see it in his eyes. He won't stop. And if he won't stop, then I'll stop him with my own body. You can't kill me. You're nothing!
Die!
The knife approaches. Its point glitters menacingly in the dim light. Inches away. I don't move a muscle. This is my last chance. I'll do whatever it takes. Intense pain rips through my abdomen. I feel the cold steel sink into my body. He did it. He stabbed me with the knife that killed Kursu. The pain flares. It feels like my insides are being torn out. Nakabachi yanks out the knife. Blood gushes from the open wound. The iron taste of blood spreads through my mouth. Pain threatens to steal away my consciousness. My body's on fire. My vision blurs. I struggle desperately to stay on my feet.
Now who's laughing? That's what you get for mocking me.
I whip out the stun gun and switch it on. The electric arc crackles to life inches away from Nakabachi's face. He instantly turns pale. Now, you've done it! I spear him with my glare and take a step forward. A wave of nausea surges over me. Blood spews from my throat. If I don't look away, I keep my eyes fixed on Nakabachi. You'll regret this, old man! I'm going to kill you!
You and the girl. Kill you both! Don't move! Kongroo runs up to me. She holds me and supports my body. Lay down, I'll call an ambulance. What is she doing trying to help me? Didn't she hear me threaten to kill her? You're too soft-hearted for a tsundere. Back when I was trying to save Mayuri, you were always the one who saved me. But this time, I'm going to save you. What? Kongroo convulses. Strength leaves the legs she used to support me. She collapses. I'm sorry. I send her my silent apology. I'll be sure to have my way with your daughter before I kill her. But first is you, Nakabachi! Nakabachi tosses his knife away with a pitiful cry. He takes a step back. 2 steps back. Firing the stun gun once more does the trick. Nakabachi turns and flees down the hallway towards the elevator. But first, he makes sure to pick up the envelope Kongroo dropped. How shrewd of him. I touch my wound. The lightest touch sends pain coursing through my body. I fall to my knees. I feel faint. The bleeding won't stop. The blood is starting to pool on the floor. I press my hands into the blood. Still not enough. I reach for my stomach, wet and glistening with blood. I take a breath, then drive my fingers into the wound. The pain is like nothing I've ever experienced. Unable to bear it, I throw back my head. I scream until my throat is raw. I can't stop now. Fighting against the urge to faint, I feed strength into my hands and pull the wound wider. My blood paints the floor crimson. Uncle Ocarine! Suzuha runs up to me. That wound! What happened? What were you thinking? If you die, if we fail? Uncle? Forget who you're dealing with, Suzuha. Look at the floor. Notice anything? The floor? That should be enough blood. You think? She looks down and beholds my masterpiece. A pool of blood! To deceive myself. To deceive the world. The stage is set. But Uncle, you'll die! There's no way I'm going to die. Who do you think I am? I am the insane mad scientist, Hoin Kyoma! Uncle! If convergence holds, then it's already determined that I don't die. Not here. I die in 2025. That's a fixed event on the Beta World line. That was my bet. I intentionally provoked Nakabachi to rage. I took the knife meant for Kongroo and survived. The wound gave me what I needed to carry out the plan. Though I have to admit, I didn't think it would hurt this much. There's no telling what will happen when we reach Steins Gate. The future of that world line is still undecided. There's no reason it can't include my death. How ironic. I made a bet based on the guarantee that I wouldn't die. But winning that bet makes death a very real possibility. I twist my lips into a smile. Time to put the finishing touch on my masterpiece. Suzuha, get Kongroo. Ah, okay. Suzuha picks up the unconscious Kongroo. Then she lays her face down on top of my blood puddle. Kongroo doesn't wake up. She's perfectly still. But she's definitely breathing. I stroke her hair gently. Did it hurt? I'm sorry, but I had to do it. To save you. Even though those 3 weeks will never come back. I want you to live.
Even if we reach Steins Gate. Even if Kursu lives. Even if I don't die. We'll never meet again. Kursu will never join the lab. We'll never build the time-link machine together. But still, I'm glad I was able to save her.
Goodbye.
Please stay unconscious for a while. I need you to deceive the first me. While Suzuha goes to pick up the knife, I use the wall to climb to my feet.
Mission complete. Return to base. This is crazy, Uncle. You're insane.
Insane? Nonsense. This is all according to plan.
Don't talk. I'll take you back to August 21st. Try to endure the G's, okay? Damn, I should have brought a first aid kit.
I feel pressure crush my body. My wound throbs. I feel like groaning, but I bite my lip and bear it. Rainbow lights fill my vision. The time machine is activating. Suzuha wraps my wound with a towel.
Hey, Uncle, I'm sure Steins Gate is waiting for us on the other side. A world where nothing is known, where anything is possible. A world where you live, where Makise Kurisu lives, where Shina Mayuri lives. A world where I have no reason to travel to 2010. The future may still lead to World War III. It may lead to a dystopia ruled by CERN.
Someone's warm hand grasps mine. Tightly.
But now there's hope for the future again.
I slowly close my eyes. It's hard to breathe, but my pain feels distant now.
Once we arrive, I'll probably disappear. I won't be able to thank you for bringing me to Steins Gate. So I'll say it now.
The warmth of her hand slowly fades away.
Thank you, Uncle. Don't die. Live. In 7 years, let's meet again, okay?
It's time to go home. Mayuri and Daru are waiting. And with them, a future that has yet to be written. Oh my god! Sorry, I just needed to get that out of my system, you know? Yeah, I just gotta vent some noise, air, words, whatever. Doesn't matter. Oh my god. I feel like there's definitely gonna be something after the credits. Maybe I'm just crazy. But either way, oh my god. I should review this game as a whole. Wow, this isn't the first time I finished a series, but this is the first time that I finished a game that was this long. Good lord. My god. Wow, yeah. Okay, thoughts. So, first of all, I just want to preface this by, I absolutely adore this series. Not even just this game, but this series. This and Steins Gate Zero are among my favorite pieces of media ever created. And I like, there's very, very few things that even come close, which is, yeah. Anyways, so this is different from the anime in a few different ways. First of all, the obvious in that there are different endings and there's different like little conversations that you can have, but also just there's some stuff that gets fleshed out a lot more. Ferris and Ruka, pretty much their stuff stays the same. Same thing with Suzuha. But one thing I really noticed is that Moeka and Tanoji's stories, and Nai, their stories really have a lot more to them than I actually knew about before from the anime. Because just the whole, like, Mr. Brown caring for Moeka there, and Nai being like this psychopathic time traveler who's there to just like murder Okabe in 15 years and murder Moeka. All that shit, it's just not in there. And honestly, that gives so much more context to something that I didn't know was something that needed context, which is actually super cool. Because it explains why he stopped emailing her, why he shot himself, and although I suppose in the anime he shoots her first and then he shoots himself. But just like the fact, the whole cutting her off rather than just ending her, such a huge difference there. Like, holy shit. My god. Yeah. As for other differences, just like the whole situation with what happens with Mayuri if you don't have the true ending flags and you get the Mayuri ending. Very different there as well. Just like so much, we learn a lot more about Mayuri as well, which is really cool. And yeah, let's just talk about the endings for a second here. So the Suzuha ending, real fucked up, real dark. But I kind of like how it's kind of left ambiguous as to what exactly they do with that one. Like, they just kind of go back to 1975, maybe, possibly, somehow. I don't know. But, like, I like that that one was kind of left ambiguous, but it was still real fucked up. And I think it was meant to be sort of as a, wait, is this actually how it ends? And then it starts giving you the symbols as to when you can interact with your phone, and it starts, like, kicking you into things and sort of giving you the pathway to more endings, which I thought was very neat. Still fucked up, though. Alright, let's see if there's a, let's see if there's a thing here. Come on. Is there a cutscene? Not a cutscene. A bit. Oh my god. 1.048596
Steins Gate.
Oh my god. Ah, yeah! Called it! It's been a month since then. My wound was deep enough to require surgery. If I'd been just 1 hour late getting to the hospital, I would have died from blood loss. The doctor laughed as he told me this. Hilarious. After being cooped up in the hospital for so long, it's exciting to be walking around Akiba again. I look around to see if Akiba's any different from what I remember, but nothing catches my eye. I just get the feeling that there are more moe shops than before. The mysteries of divergence. I chuckle to myself, then dig into my pocket. Something jingles. There are metal pins inside, 8 of them. The Future Gadget Laboratory's member badges. They're designed based on the pin Suzuha brought from the future. Which world line Suzuha was that again? Anyway, back then we searched all over Akiba for that pin. And while I was hospitalized, I thought it was the perfect opportunity to ask Daru to have them made. And of course, the one we commissioned to make them was that shady foreign street vendor. The final product is slightly different from Suzuha's, but it's pretty well done. I pass through the archway of Yanabayashi Shrine and head to the courtyard. There, brandishing a sword with sublime dignity, stands a Miko. The Miko is so lovely that anyone would doubtless stop to stare. But that's not a Miko, and that's not a real sword. That sword is a 980 yen imitation, and that beautiful Miko is a guy. Rukako lifts his head at the sound of my footsteps. Okabe-san! As soon as our eyes meet, he runs up to me in a fluster. His eyes are already wet with tears. You were discharged today? Yeah. But, I'm sorry, I didn't know anything about it. Of course you didn't. I didn't tell you. I'm glad you're okay. I'm so happy. And then he starts crying in earnest. Seeing his tears, I feel an urge to pat his head and tell him everything will be alright, but I resist and sigh instead. I hear you were a natural at your cosplay debut. I hear you even have a fan club. Mayuri filled me in on the situation. After years of persistent nagging, she finally convinced Rikuko to cosplay near the end of summer break. It wasn't in time for Komima, but he wore one of Mayuri's costumes to a cosplay event in early September. His cosplay debut was effective. Dozens of photographers took his picture, and the images soon went viral on the net. Try to look up pictures of Rikuko now, and you'll get a ton of hits. He's being swarmed by fans. He's popular with girls, too. There are some things in this world I just don't understand. To be honest, it's so confusing. You know, I still haven't had the pleasure to see you cosplay in the flesh. I just can't. If Okabe-san were to see me, I'd get so embarrassed I'd die. But you had fun, didn't you? That's what Mayuri said. Yes. You've grown up, Rikuko. He's overcome his feelings of inadequacy and accepted himself for who he is. And he even had fun doing it. Okabe-san, I mean Kyoma-san, it's all thanks to the Seishin Zanma style you taught me. I've cleared my mind of all mundane thoughts. He truly is a worthy disciple. But you must not grow complacent. Your next objective is to ascend to the true form of the Seishin Zanma style. Once you've mastered it, the flames of evil sealed within you will have nothing left to burn. That moment will mark the beginning of the legend of Urushibaru Ruka, Guardian Miko of the Personapolis of Akihabara. What exactly will this legend be about? I shall tell you at the proper time. I reach into my pocket and take out a pin. Lab Mem number 006, Urushibaru Ruka. I grant this unto you. Rikuko nervously accepts the pin with a confused expression. When did I become a lab mem? It's a memory from beyond the veil of time. Your past life, I suppose you could say. My past life? You've been a lab mem from the moment you were born. Be proud. It's not an exaggeration. It's the truth. Rikuko most likely doesn't remember. But it's okay, even if I'm the only one who does. You don't like it? No, it's just... I'm really happy. He starts crying again. I always wanted to be a part of your lab. I wanted to be one of you. I never had the courage to ask. Thank you so much. He bows his head. This is a precious artifact. Only 8 of them exist in the entire world. It is a magic item that protects you from all calamity. Really? No. So don't lose it. I won't. Rikuko nods with a joyful smile on his face. Too cute. Welcome back, Master! I pass through May Queen's door for the first time in forever. Ferris runs over to greet me. Kyoma! She suddenly links arms with me. At first, I get a little flustered when something soft touches my elbow, but then I break into cold sweat once I feel the murderous glares of the surrounding Ferris fans. Really, the hospital, yeah? Yeah, I managed to claw my way out of hell. I tear Ferris off of me and take a deep breath. Precisely what I expected from the Halloween bloodline. The name of the Undying Phoenix isn't just for show, yeah? I see she's still making up her own backstories for people. It boggles the mind that this crazy cat girl is behind the redevelopment of Akihabara. Maybe the world's just messed up. Maybe she has the day off, yeah? I know. She shows me to my table, where I order iced coffee. Alright, we decided to open a second May Queen location, yeah? And it's right on Chiyodorin, yeah? Isn't that awesome, yeah? Don't you think you're abusing your authority as redevelopment committee chair? Just a little? No doubt the recent explosion of Moe shops is her doing. I think she's getting just a little carried away. This is my sacred duty, yeah? Now is the time to summon all the powers of Moe to the Holy Land in preparation for their offensive, yeah? What? They're going to attack? Did the awakening occur while I was in the hospital? That's right, yeah? They took your absence as their opportunity, yeah? Will we be able to complete the modification of Akiba before they hatch? That's the only way to defeat them! It's a race against time, yeah? Ferris also fought in the Rhina AB tournament to gather karma, but it was really tough by myself, yeah? What the hell does she mean by karma? Over the past month, Ferris has started participating in Rhina Access Battlers tournaments. Ferris is the chairman of the Akihabara Redevelopment Project, a high school student, a popular waitress at a maid cafe, the president of the company founded by her father, and the head of the Akiha family. She should be incredibly busy, but I guess she couldn't stay away from Rainet forever. Anyway, she went to her very first official tournament and snatched a dramatic victory. Ferris is even more cheerful than usual now. I guess all it takes to feel fulfilled is to do the things you like to do.
I need your mad scientist powers to stop them, yeah? If they make it into town, they'll make the place their litter box.
I guess I have no choice. If it's come to this, then I too must fulfill the covenant. Oh yeah, and take this with you.
Yeah?
I take a pin out of my pocket and present it to Ferris.
This is... Where'd you get this, Kyoma?
During my stay at the hospital.
So you've overcome the test of the heart, yeah? You truly are a great man, yeah?
I don't really get what's going on, so let's just nod for now. This belongs to you, Lab Mem number 007. Whenever you need my help, just hold that pin and speak the incantation, La Yorta Stasella. Ferris and I smile at each other. And then we high-five.
Thanks, yeah? The future Gadget Laboratories is the hope of Akiban, yeah? Can I come over for a visit, yeah?
Of course you can. I will be glad to see you. When I get back to the lab, I'm startled to find an unexpected visitor.
Yo, Okabe, out of the hospital already?
Yeah. Tsunoji Yugo and Nai are standing out front. Kiryu Moka is with them. The Rounders who killed Mayuri on another world line. Nai hides behind her father when she sees me, like usual.
Oh yeah, let me introduce you.
Tsunoji indicates Moka with his chin.
Starting today, this girl's gonna work part-time at my place.
Moka bows her head. She's silent as always, but at least she's not holding her phone. I guess that's some improvement.
Doesn't talk much, but don't let it bother you.
Don't worry, Shining Finger and I know each other already.
Shining Finger? Who's that?
I point to Moka. Shining Finger, that's the name of her Esper power. Tsunoji and Moka ignore me completely.
He helped me look for an IBN 5100.
I got a thank you email from her during my stay in the hospital. That email helped me figure out our relationship on this world line.
Oh, that retro PC you were talking about? Did you find one?
Moka shakes her head.
Well, it is just an urban legend.
Why'd you decide to work here? Did Tsunoji tell her who he is? I thought Moka wasn't supposed to know FB's true identity.
I brought her.
Nai speaks up in a tiny voice.
I introduced her to Daddy.
I see, so you're a matchmaker, huh?
Hey, numbskull. There are only two things I love in this world. Brown tubes and my little girl.
Daddy?
Besides, it was more like the other way around. After Nai fell and got hurt, this girl gave her first aid and brought her all the way back here.
I didn't know Moka had such a gentle side.
Since she was unemployed, I decided to give her a job as thanks for helping my girl. Never thought our store would hire a part-timer.
Didn't you hire one just last month?
Huh? You high on your painkillers, kid? I've never had help before.
Ah, of course. The Suzuha who worked here was the Suzuha of the Alpha World Line. The Suzuha who came from a future ruled by CERN. The current world line has a different future, so she didn't come. The time she spent here never happened. Well, in that case, good luck to you, Moka. This is the perfect opportunity. I take a pin out of my pocket and hand it to Moka.
Oh, now you're flirting. Don't mess around with my part-timer.
This pin is proof that you are Lab Mem number 005. Our lab is on the second floor. Come on by whenever you feel like it. Moka stares at the pin in her hand. But I can't help you look for the IBN 5100 anymore, okay?
Don't be like that. Help her out, will ya?
I can't. I'm a busy man. Catch the attention of the Rounders again? No thanks. Besides, the three of them are better off if we never find an IBN 5100. I end the conversation with a shrug and head to the stairs.
Okabe-kun.
Moka calls my name. I turn back to see Moka smiling, ever so faintly.
thank you for this.
Yeah. The hatred I once felt towards them is gone. I forgave Mocha and Tanochi both. Now that I've destroyed our time machine, we can go back to being good neighbors. I won't pry into their secret lives, and I won't attempt to fight them either. It's all up to them. However, the affection that Nai showed towards Mocha brings an undeniable warmth to my heart. Right as I walk into the lab, I'm greeted by the chiming of a microwave oven.
Green!
Mary smiles brightly as she takes her juicy chicken number 1 out of the microwave.
Do-do-do! Welcome back, Green!
Did you just combine welcome back and ocarine?
Yep, I've said it before, remember?
Then Mayuri holds out the steaming chicken.
Want some too? I'll give you one to celebrate your homecoming.
Accept the gift of chicken and pop it into my mouth. I guess it's because I've had nothing but crappy hospital food for a month, but it's so delicious I want to cry. Where'd you get that microwave? We disassembled the phone waveforms of the change weeks ago. Oh, that was me. Daru pops out of the development room in all his rotund glory. I wonder if he's making a new future gadget. You bought it? I found it, duh. It was a pain to repair.
It's kind of old, but it still works fine.
That's our super hacka. Now let's keep up that pace and make the next future gadget.
That reminds me, Ocarine, I'm mad at you.
Mary suddenly puts on a pout.
Why'd you leave the hospital without telling Mayushi? We went all the way to the hospital to pick you up, but the nurse said you already left.
I was one hot nurse. I always said I was hospitalized instead of Ocarine. You think you're my guardian now, Mayuri? You've certainly come up in the world. Have you forgotten? I'm the one who protects you.
Even helped with your diaper.
Gah. I couldn't move at all after the operation, so my mother and Mayuri made the great effort of coming to care for me. Especially Mayuri. Even though it was her summer break, she visited me every day. I'm grateful for this childhood friend of mine, from the bottom of my heart. She's a ditz, to be sure, and seems like she always needs someone to look out for her. But she's actually quite tough for her age. You got your childhood friend to change your diaper? I'm jealous, man. What era is that from? I think Daru needs to die for a bit. I bought Mayuri on the head. I'll buy you some juicy chicken number 1 later.
Really? Thanks, Ocarine. It was worth it to help you after all.
I breathe another sigh of relief when I see Mayuri's innocent smile. Mayuri's still alive. I've seen her die countless times. Through the events of those world lines have been undone, my struggle to escape them was not in vain. If the same thing were to happen again, what would I do? Would I accept her death this time? Or would I try again to save her, even if it meant building another time machine? There's no way to know. The future is undecided. But for now, Mayuri is here. And that means everything to me. Here, take these. I give Mayuri and Daru their pins.
It's so cute.
Nice, they're finally done.
Mayuri pins the badge to her chest and shows it off with a pirouette.
Gotta be sure to put this on every day, or else I won't be let into the lab.
Nobody really made that rule, but whatever.
Well, you know, there's something I've been meaning to ask you about the pin.
What's that?
It's an inscription, right? It says OSHMKUFA 2010. Okabe, Shina, Hashida, and then Ushibara and Ferris, I got those. What about MK and A? Who are they?
M for Makise. K for Kiryu. A for Amane. But the current Mayuri wouldn't understand. Those 3 were lab mems on a world line undone and forgotten. I haven't told Mayuri or Daru about them. They wouldn't believe me even if I told them, especially about the last initial, A. I mean, how do I tell Daru he's gonna have a daughter? I can just imagine his reaction.
Who's my lucky bride to be? Hope she's got a cute face and delicious flat chest and blonde hair and twin tails and a golden ratio tsundere personality. And when she's in dairy mode, she's super cuddly and sexy.
You'd say something gross like that, no doubt. I remember. As I lay dying in the time machine, Suzuha gripped my hand and said,
Once we arrive, I'll probably disappear. I won't be able to thank you for bringing me to Steins Gate. So I'll thank you now. Thank you, Uncle. Don't die. Live.
Just as she predicted, Suzuha vanished the moment we returned to August 21st. Right before my very eyes, the time machine was enveloped in rainbow light and disappeared. She was smiling as she faded away. That was proof I had reached Steins Gate. And that's why I don't mourn Suzuha.
And in 7 years, let's meet again, okay?
I don't know what the future will bring. There's still the possibility that Daru won't get married, that Suzuha won't be born. But still, I believe that in 7 years we will meet again. And that's when I will give her this pin, her birthright as Lab Mem 008. Until then, I'll keep it in a safe place. I aimlessly head out to town, alone. I want to get a better look at the Steins Gate world line. But try as I may, I can't find anything drastically different. Way back when, Ferris's D-mail erased the Moe shops from Akiba. That time it was obvious that the world had changed. I feel unsatisfied, so I look up at Radican. Obviously, there's no satellite stuck in the roof. It's open for business as usual. When I arrived on this world line, right after I saw Suzuha disappear, the very first thing I did was ask Mayuri and Daru a question. Have there been any murders at Radican? As they panicked at the sight of my blood-stained body, they answered that no one had been murdered at Radican. As we waited for the ambulance to arrive, I had Daru call up the news on my phone. They were running the story about Nakabachi's flight to Russia. This time, Nakabachi looked terribly agitated. His eyes were bloodshot. He was yelling, spraying spit everywhere. His appearance was strikingly similar to how I last saw him in the hallway of Radican. To me, his unintelligible rambling was evidence of Operation Skuld's success.
This is an outrage! An outrage! A fire? How can that happen? My precious thesis was burned to a crisp. The future of humanity went up in flames. There's no time for an interview. I won't stand for this, Russian Airlines. I'll murder every last one of your crew members. Money's not the issue, aren't you listening? You burned my thesis! My thesis which would have changed human history forever. I should never have let you fools handle my suitcase. None of this would have happened if I just carried it with me.
The subtitles read, "What was your thesis about?"
Time travel. The invention that can grant control over all space-time from past to present to future.
The screen immediately returned to the studio, where a female reporter continued.
This outburst continued for some time. Dr. Nakabachi, also known as Makise Shoichi, was detained by the Russian authorities upon arrival at Domodedovo International Airport in Moscow. Makise is currently under investigation by the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department as a suspect in the July 28th stabbing of a young man.
I don't think anyone's going to listen to Nakabachi now. For argument's sake, let's just say Nakabachi manages to recreate Kurisu's thesis from memory. Nothing will come of it as long as Kurisu is alive. The scientific community undoubtedly trusts that the Makise daughter over the father, meaning Kurisu can deter any attempts made by Nakabachi. World War III won't break out, or at the very least, it won't be over the Nakabachi paper. I haven't seen Kurisu. Apparently Kurisu reported to the police that I was stabbed, but at present there has been no progress on the investigation, as the victim, from their point of view, up and disappeared. I heard from Daru that no one was murdered at Radican, and I couldn't find a single report of anyone dying in the area that day. Kurisu was still alive, that much is certain, but I haven't had any contact with her since then. Aside from the few words we exchanged at Radican, the current Kurisu and I are strangers. Besides, I was bedridden, so it's not like I could have gone to see her even if I had wanted to. Kurisu said that she was supposed to go back to America in August. That was on the Alpha World line, so things may have changed, but what reason would she have to stay in Japan after what her father did to her? I thrust my hand into my pocket. 2 pins remain. One of them is for Lab Mem 001. That's me. The remaining badge, which belongs to Lab Mem 004, may never reach its rightful owner. But Kurisu is alive, and that's good enough for me. I once chose to let her die. I once killed her with my own 2 hands. But this time I was able to save her. No one remembers those 3 weeks we spent with Kurisu. No one but me. I will remember. I will never forget. So I don't need anything else. I don't want anything else. Hey, Kurisu. I don't know what the future holds. War may still break out. CERN may still complete their time machine. But at the very least, the future is undecided. You're building it now, from the bottom up. Not just me, not just you, but every man, woman, and child. So keep on watching, wherever in this world you may be.
I take out my own pin and fasten it to my chest. I walk through the sea of shoppers, staring straight ahead. Eh? I quickly turn around. Just now in the corner of my eye, I saw her. The girl who shouldn't be here. Her long hair fluttered as she passed me by. There. A familiar figure. I'd recognize that back anywhere. She has stopped too, in the middle of the sidewalk. Slowly she turns to face me. It's her. I thought she had gone back to America. It's her. She doesn't even know me. It's you! That voice. That face. That hair. Those eyes. Makise Kurusu was standing there, same as I remember her. I've been looking everywhere for you. Ever since you saved my life. I was afraid I never had a chance to say thank you. I'm so glad we could finally meet. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank goodness you're all right. Kurusu looks so radiant as she tries to hold back her tears. Just when I thought I had finally suppressed it, all my love for her flows out at once. I'm so happy that I want to cry too. But to hide my embarrassment, I take out my phone and put it to my ear. It's me. Why is she here? Reading Steiner didn't activate. What? Protect her? That's a tall order, my friend. But if that is the choice of Steins Gate, then so be it. L. Psi. Kongroo. I close my phone and clear my throat. I have no idea what to say. She's still staring at me with those wide, pleading eyes. I open my mouth. We meet again, Christina. How many times do I have to tell you? I'm not Christina, or your assistant, or... Eh? Now I really have no idea what to say. How does this Kurusu know about that? Those were the names I used to tease Kurusu. She always got mad whenever I used them. They were our bond, our private joke. But I had yet to use them on the day we first met at Radicon. So how could this Worldline's Kurusu know? Huh? Why did I say that? Words just popped into my head. It looks like Kurusu is as confused as I am. She stares at me, bewildered. And then, I finally realize the truth. Everyone has a reading Steiner. Even if the Worldline changes, even if the past and the future are rewritten, your memories remain. You've merely forgotten. All it takes is a push and you can remember. Memories of those lost 3 weeks. The memories we made together. Welcome back, my assistant. Makise Kurusu. No, Christina. I reach into my pocket and take out the last pin. Nobody knows what the future holds. And that is why, just as this reunion demonstrates, the possibilities are endless. I place the pin in Kurusu's hand. I gently close her hand in mine. And, holding back my tears, I tell her, this is the choice of Steins Gate. Open the Steins Gate. Completed. Oh my god. Okay. Pterodactyl screaming. Out of the way. Oh! I have so many feelings. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Holy shit. Okay. Breathe. Breathe, G. Breathe. Okay. I was talking before... What was I talking about? I was talking about the different endings. Okay, so, we had Suza. Talked about that one. Okay, cool. Whew. Ferris. The Ferris ending was really interesting because I liked how it kind of presented this weird unknown of like what the fuck is going on. Like we kind of fixed things, but we kind of didn't. It's really unclear as to what exactly happened. But then, you know, you've got sort of a Brave New World situation. It's not a happy ending per se, but it's still an ending. And it's weirdly kind of more satisfying than some of the other ones. Ruka's ending. Ruka's ending was depressing as shit. The fact that it was just like, I accept that Mayuri's dead. We have trauma, and we're gonna fall in love because we have trauma together. What the fuck was that about? That was so sad. I mean, it was really, like, poetic and beautiful, but it was so sad. So sad. But also, I kind of shipped it. I don't know. But overall, like, that one was definitely, like, more of the melancholic sort of endings. I don't think I liked that one quite as much as the other two so far. Just because it didn't really go anywhere. It didn't really do anything. You didn't, you know... You didn't do anything weird. You just sort of were sad and gave up. And that's really sad. Okay. And then the Mayuri ending. The Mayuri ending was kind of... I have very mixed feelings on it because I love Mayuri. I love Mayuri so goddamned much. But at the same time, the Mayuri ending just felt like... It also kind of felt like giving up. It just kind of felt like Okabe was kind of settling. Not that Mayuri is in any way, you know, like a downgrade or, you know, like inadequate. But just like... He just gave up. And it was just like, well, I guess I'll date Mayuri because that's the only person left that I have feelings for. And that felt really sad. So like, it was good and it was cute, but it was sad. And the Kurusu ending, I like the fact that the true ending is just an extension of the Kurusu ending. Like, the Kurusu ending is just, you do the thing, and then you stop. And the true ending is like, no, we're gonna fucking do this. We are going to reach Steins Gate. And I just, oh my god, I love that. I got so many chills during these last 2 episodes. Just so many goddamn chills. And then the true ending. The true ending gives me so many feelings because everybody is okay. Like, nobody's problems are magically fixed. Like, Rukako still has to deal with his problems. Moeka still has to deal with her problems, but, you know, both of them, like, Rukako has the lab to, you know, be with, and has that community. Same thing with Moeka. Moeka has Nai and Tanoji, and she has, like, people to actually, you know, start rebuilding her mental state with. Even if she doesn't know that they've been super manipulating her since the start, but, you know, whatever. Maybe that didn't happen on this world line. Ferris, you know, is getting back into what she loves. You know, she's doing all the things, you know, to fulfill her father's legacy, but she is getting back into the things that she loves in Rainet. And, you know, Daru and Mayuri, they're in better places too. You know, Daru, well, I guess Daru's pretty much in the same place, but Mayuri is sort of, you know, she's more at peace. She's, you know, she's interacting with Okabe again, and she's not that sort of sad, resigned Mayuri that we saw in the latter half of Steins Gate, where she was just sort of wondering, like, what's going on? Why is everything falling apart? Why haven't I talked to Okabe in weeks? And Kurusu gets to remember things. And, like, I really like how they build upon that. How it's like, okay, Ferris remembers some things. And, you know, she can kind of figure out, like, okay, this is what my email was. And then Rukako can remember the time that they spent with Okabe and kind of, you know, remember their previous lives. And, like, so that at the end, when Kurusu says that she remembers and that she, you know, has these memories of their time together, it's not unprecedented. It's very much precedented. Like, it's clear that she does and she could and she would, and I love that. I love that so much. The fact that you can give them this happy ending, this absurdly perfect ending without it being absurd, is so just wonderfully crafted. I just adore that so very much. Because in any other piece of media, that would be so absurd and so outlandish that it's just like, come on, you know, there's no way that it would work out that perfectly. But it works. And it works well. And it works with a story that you can just let go into the future and figure out where it goes, what it does. And I love that. Just so goddamned much. I don't know if you can tell, but I really like this game. But overall, as for the future of this series, I'm not sure exactly what I want to do next. I think I might do some of the side stories in Linear Bounded Phenogram or My Darling's Embrace before going into Steins Gate 0. Haven't decided on that one yet. But all I can say is that Steins Gate is not over. There will be more of these characters. There will be so much more of these characters to love and appreciate and just feel many feelings for. And I hope that you're there to watch it with me and to experience it with me, because this has been one of my favorite things out of this entire year and on my channel. I love it so much, and I hope you have too. So, with that, I think that this is a good place to cut it. So thank you all so much for following my playthrough of Steins Gate, and I'll see you in the next episode. El Sai Kongroo.